Good morning. I'm Karen Taradis with Social U, and it's time for What's Up Wednesday, where we come to you live every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Central to talk about social media and marketing tips, tricks, and trends. And all this month, we've been discussing spring cleaning. Spring cleaning your business, spring cleaning your website, spring cleaning your social media. And today we're going to talk about your marketing plan, because a lot of those pieces I'm going to talk to you about, or at least mention again today, because it's all part of the same thing, pieces of the same puzzle. Feel free to, if you have a question, just jump in with your question. Okay. First and foremost, you need to take a look at your goals. How often do you set goals? Annually, quarterly, whatever the answer is, let's reevaluate those. Are the goals that you set for yourself in January, are you working on those goals right now? Have you had an opportunity to, if creating an email list for yourself is something that you wanted to do, have you started working on that yet? Take a look at where you were during your last series of goal setting and evaluate where you're going. It kind of helps to get an idea about, okay, I've gone through my first quarter of the year. We're in our second quarter. How far are you on track? It's as simple as, if you wanted to make $1 million, are you, what are your averages for the first quarter? Are you on track to do that? Whatever your goals are, you need to take a look at them and make sure you're still headed in the right direction. Number 2, take a look at your target client. Sometimes, and I'm just as guilty as anyone else, you kind of lose sight of what's best for you or what's best for your business. So that being said, take a look back at your sales from the last couple of years and look and see who's spending money with you. More than likely, about 80% of your audience is going to look very similar. It might be a woman who's in her 30s, who's married and has kids, whatever is common between your audience. That's what you need to focus on, because it helps you identify your best customer, and you can't go after them unless you know where you're going. So if your best customer is a small business owner who is the only employee and they've been in business for more than 5 years and they're competent at what they do, but they don't have time to do everything, that's where you need to focus your attention. So take time to evaluate where your best clients are. And the easiest way to do that is to look at your previous sales. Number 3, clean up your logo and look at your branding. Okay, what do I mean by this? I mean, it is very common for us to start with a new client, and the first thing we do is redo the logo. And I don't mean recreate it from scratch. I mean, create a version that's clean and not pixelated. You might be surprised at how many companies, they've been using their logo for so long and the version they're using does not work, because it's been emailed to this person and that person, and it's not in the right format for it to be a clean version of the logo. It is not super expensive to have your logo updated. Most of the time, our team can do it for like $100, and we can send you a clean version for you to use on everything. And I mean clean. Like, if your logo has a white or a black background behind it, that can make it very difficult to use as branding on any of your graphics. So at least one of the versions needs to have a transparent background. And of course, that's something that you're going to need. So look at your branding. Does it work for you? Do you like it? Is it still functional for your business? And if you love it, like I love my branding, it may be simple, just a simple cleanup where you go in and instead of totally redoing your branding, you go in and take a look at what it looks like. I mean, seriously, take a look at it, and then just have it in a cleaner version. Yeah, make sure your logo works for you. Okay, number 4, get organized. And by get organized, I mean verify your processes. Now, organization may look to you different than it looks to me. Organization for you may include cleaning off your desk, and that's fine. Good morning, Leah. How are you? But for me, that's processes. Does your process work? Does it need to be streamlined? Does your intake for your clients work for you? That's what you need to look at. How is your invoicing? How is your record keeping? That's how you evolve and grow, is to take a look at where you are and kind of check those processes. We cleaned up our intake process a couple of years ago, and it helped tremendously. It's just a matter of evaluating what works and what doesn't work. And if part of your own process bothers you, fix it. Now's the time to do that stuff. Number 5, check your stats and analytics, including SEO. Okay, what do I mean? If you don't know, SEO is search engine optimization, and it's basically how people find you on Google. So you have to know what terms they're searching to get to you, so you can include those terms in your marketing plan. So how do you do that? Well, Google Analytics is free. You can check your Google Analytics and find out where your traffic is coming from and what words they're searching to find you. Why is that important? Well, if you're a car, let's say you're a car salesman and all of your ads and a lot of your copy says automobile, but people are looking for car instead of automobile, you're using the wrong keywords to move you forward. It tells you what they're looking for so you can build it into your own marketing plan, which is important. So yeah, you need to know what words they're using, and it tells you where your traffic sources are. If you're spending a ton of your time on Facebook, and then you go look at your analytics and you find out all of your traffic is coming from Pinterest, you need to focus more on Pinterest than Facebook. So you need to know what they're looking for and where they're coming from so that you can reevaluate and include that in your planning. 93% of online experience begins with a search. And almost 20% of searches done daily have never been searched before. So you have a bunch of unique searching that's happening. And people search in different ways with different phrases. The older the person, the more likely they are to use a complete sentence. Like they might say, where can I rent a car versus car rental? So it's very important for you to know those phrases. Almost 50% of searches use long tail keywords, which is 4 or more. So that where can I rent a car would be a long tail keyword. Excuse me. I love spring. It's awesome. Okay. Number 6, take a look at your website like you're a visitor. Is it mobile friendly? Mobile traffic has increased 222% in the last 7 years, and 53% of all internet traffic is on a mobile device, and it is trending to grow. It's not going to go down; it will only go up from there. Okay, what does that mean to you? It means your website needs to work. And one of the most, well, I'd say 2 of the most common mistakes I see on a website are you do not have a clear call to action. People need instructions. What do I do now that I'm here? And secondly, your wording about what your objectives are is unclear. If you want to help people grow their business and save them time, that's great, but you have to tell them how you're doing that. I could use that same analogy or same information if I'm a business coach, if I'm a accounting firm, if I'm almost any business could say that. I want to help you grow your business. Make it clear. If you're going to help them grow their business by taking their payroll and their accounting stress off their shoulders, say it like that so that they know what you offer, what you bring to the table. It will also help your SEO because you're being more clear in your objectives, and those are keywords that are going to be critical for you when people search for your business. So take a look at your website and try to be objective. Nobody wants to hear that their baby's ugly. So nobody wants to look at the website and go, yeah, I didn't do a good job on that. It's not about you. It's about moving your business forward. So take a look at it and evaluate it based on will it make sense to your visitors? Okay. Number 7, upgrade your social media. And again, we've covered website and social media in the previous weeks. If you want to go back and take a look at those, I go into those in a lot of detail. But when you're checking your social media, check your accounts, make sure that they're all up to date and the about information is accurate. For whatever reason, Google hates me and it won't update my address on Google Places. I'm still fighting with it. It's been almost 2 years. So stuff happens. It even happens to us. But check and make sure it's working for you. And if you have a Pinterest account and it has one pin on it, fix it. If you want to be on Pinterest, add the boards that you need to add. If it's not going to work for you, take the account down. It needs to work. So check your social media accounts and make sure that they're functioning for you. If you have comments or direct messages, for the love, reply to those. You work so hard to get a comment and engagement. To just leave it Absolutely not. People, yeah, if they feel like you're ignoring them, they won't come back. So it's very critical that you reply when people are talking to you, and make sure that you regularly post and engage your audience. I did a presentation this week about what to do when your social media doesn't work for you. And one of the best methods for engagement is you. Get in there, put your face in your marketing, put a video of you up, be you transparently on your platform so that people can engage with you. I promise it will help you long term. Okay, number 8. I cannot say this enough. Integrate video into your marketing. Videos are shared 1,200%, not 1,200 times, 1,200% more than links and texts combined. That's massive. And by the end of this year, projections say that videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer internet traffic, which is 15 times higher than it was in 2017. Every single platform is pushing video hard. Hey, Anita, how are you? That's Anita. I wonder if she's here, if she's in California. Hopefully she'll tell us in just a second. But every platform. Instagram is pushing Reels. TikTok is an entirely video platform. YouTube is pushing Shorts. Facebook is pushing their version of Reels. Seriously, short form video is all over the place. When was the last time you published a short form video for your business? If you haven't done that, you really, really need to look at it. Leah says, how long should videos be? Long form video really and truly only works on YouTube, and long form is anything over 3 minutes. 3 minutes, that's it. Short form video is really what works, and short form is 6 seconds to 60 seconds. So a lot of the short form videos are less than a minute, but several platforms you can go up to 3 minutes, but unless you absolutely have to go up to 3 minutes, you don't want to go up to 3 minutes. Wedding, okay, gotcha. Anita travels back and forth between California and Alabama. That's probably a huge culture shock. So that's got to be rough, Anita. But make sure you're integrating videos. Seriously, it's going to help you. And that you can use a short video on every platform. It's a great way to recycle your own content. Number 9, clean up your email list. We are working on an email list for a customer right now. And the first thing, oh wait, Leah, does that include lives? It absolutely does. Your engagement for lives on Facebook is 4 times higher than it is for originally uploaded video. So if I recorded this on my own and uploaded it, it's going to get 4 times less the amount of views and engagements than it would if I was live. And live works on every platform. Now, you don't want to go live to the point where you're kind of going on and on and on for an hour. Say what you've got to say, get in and get out. But yes, live works very well on every platform. And if you use StreamYard, you can go live to multiple platforms at the same time, which is so incredibly cool. Okay, email lists. Statistically, on an email list, you're going to get about $1 for every for every dollar you spend on your marketing for your email list. Statistically, you get $42 back, which is massive. Massive. Stats also say that for every email address that you have, you make about $1 a month if you're actively campaigning on email. Well, if you have 1,000 people on your list, that's $1,000 a month. It's a big deal. Are Reels more effective on Insta? Reels, all day Reels. I'm telling you, Reels. You will get your biggest views from Reels. If we have 1,000, we have close to 1,000 followers. And if our post gets 10 likes or 10 engagements, and our stories get 20-ish engagements, our reel will be seen anywhere from 1,200 to 8,000 times. It's massive, massive. And it'll get 2 or 3 times as many likes and comments. So Reels, especially if you're looking to grow your followers, Reels is the way to go. Okay, back to email. So when we are cleaning up a list this week, and the first thing, of course, that we did is go in and take out duplicates and take out every AOL address, because AOL is most likely to mark you as spam, and I don't want to get marked for spam. Even when people sign up specifically for an email list, AOL is terrible. Terrible. Side note, if you have an AOL email address, please upgrade to Gmail. You are doing yourself a grave disservice, because it is so easy to get into an AOL email address. Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail. Nope, Gmail. It is the highest security. It's the most likely to protect you. So I would highly recommend Gmail. If you haven't started your email list, start it today. Yes, sadly, AOL still exists. It's funny. The second best time to start it was yesterday. Start now, because if something happened and Instagram or Facebook closed up shop, what would you do? Do you have contact information for your followers? Can you reach out to those people who follow you online? You can if you have their email. So make sure you're getting those emails. All right. Let's see. Number 10, check in with your current clients. Find out if they're okay. A lot of times, you've heard me probably say this before, it's easier to go deep than it is to go wide. It's easier to call a current client and evaluate your services and ask them if they need additional services than it is to go up to a brand new client cold and ask them to get to excuse me, to purchase your services. It's always easier to go deeper than it is to go wide. And you may find out that you have a client that is kind of okay, but not completely happy with what you're offering. So in that case, in that situation, it would make the most sense to go ahead and fix what's broken, of course. And you would never know that if you don't reach out to the client and find out how they're doing. So check in with your clients regularly. Spring is a great time to do that. Number 11, outsource and automate wherever possible. There is a reason I am not an accountant. I hate it, for one thing. So it takes me forever to do any of that stuff. And I would not be good at it. So by the time I've slogged through doing all that stuff for taxes, I've wasted hours upon hours upon hours. It's done. And I'm sure it would be probably okay-ish, but it's so much cheaper and more cost effective and saves my sanity to have a bookkeeper to do it for me than for me to try to do it. Because seriously, it's not in my wheelhouse. So you need to recognize, what are you good at? Could you pay somebody to clean your house so that you can work on your business? And that may seem extreme. Oh, I can totally do it. Well, you can. But if you look, excuse me, at your sales and you look at how much you can bring in as a salesperson for your business hourly, does it offset the cost of how many hours it takes you to clean your house? Maybe, maybe not. But it will clear up those hours so that you can make more sales. How long does it take you to cut your own grass? 2 hours? What could you sell in 2 hours? And is it cost effective? If you make $100 an hour and it costs you $50 to get your grass cut and it would take you 2 hours to do it, you've saved yourself $150. You have to look at it like that. It's totally okay to outsource. If you need social media help, that's what we're for. Outsource what makes sense to you. If you're slogging through it and you hate it, and there are plenty of people who hate social media. They hate it. They don't want to look at it. That's what we're for. I had someone ask me yesterday, I'm ready to kind of move forward. Okay, great. She's like, I really don't know how to do this stuff. I'm not good at it. That's okay, because I am. That's what we do. You don't have to be good at it. That's what we're for. So take a look at what you can outsource and automate. Again, we're cleaning up an email list for a client, and they've been manually entering those emails. No, that's insane. You want to do what works for you. So automate that process so that they will automatically update your email list and you don't have to go in there and manually do it. That is a lot. And then number 12, and I cannot say this enough, network. It all comes down a lot of times to who you know. And Birmingham in particular is a very small, big city. Lots of people, everybody. And I am constantly reminded of this. We just submitted a contract for a company from a connection I made 20 years ago. When I very first started at the chamber, and I was part of the Executive Women's Roundtable. What goes around comes around. A lot of sales we have are almost all word of mouth and referrals. So it's great to network. And when you have an awesome network, you always have a point of referral. So I might not be able to do it, but I can refer you to somebody who can. Oh, can you create an app for us? No, I don't know how to do that, but I do know a great company that can do it for you. That's local. So you have to network so you can know these things. And again, if my company can't do it, I'm more than happy to turn around and introduce you to the company who can. It helps the client, it helps the person you're referring them to, and it creates positive reinforcement on both sides. That way, the next time the person you referred has a referral for you, they send it to you. You see how this works? If you're always ready to help, it comes back to you 100%. I'm a firm believer in give away as much as you can for free. Give away your knowledge, give away your information so that people can thrive. And then when they need assistance, they'll come to you. That's how it works. So you guys, that is it for me this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. We will have a theme up for next month. If there's anything specific that you guys want to learn about next month, let me know. I'm really leaning to video and breaking down video per platform, simply because it's so critical right now. And there are still so many people who just don't want to get in front of a camera. I get it. I get that you don't want to be in front of a camera, but you have to if you're going to grow your business, especially if you're a solopreneur. So if you have suggestions for me, you could send them in a direct message or leave them in the comments. We monitor these a lot. I hate to say a lot, but a lot. Anita, that would be me. There are ways that you can get in front of that. You can get video that it's not your face, but seriously, you're just gonna, I mean, I hate to say this. I don't want it to come across as sounding, rude, but you have to get over yourself and get in front of a camera. And Anita knows this, the videos that she puts up of herself, those statistics are incredibly high. Why wouldn't you keep doing that? That's what I would ask you, Anita, if we were sitting down and talking face to face. It works. Let it work for you. If you don't want to have your face on camera, use your voice to start with. It'll be a nice transition. It helps the bridge. So you can record something and talk about it instead of having your face. Or you could even show your screen and have your face in the bottom corner where you're kind of there, but it's not all you right away. But you can ease into it. But it's time to start integrating that into your marketing plan for sure. And I'm not meaning to pick on Anita. We've known each other for quite a while. I am picking on her a little bit, but seriously, it's time to get in front of a camera. That's it for me, guys. If you have any questions or if there's anything else you want to know, let me know. I would love to welcome you into our membership group. Love it. If you have questions, that's definitely a location you can post questions and they get answered within 24 hours. Doesn't matter what it's about. Doesn't matter which platform it's about. One of my team or me will go in there and answer your question as soon as we see that it's in there. If you have any questions for me, otherwise, let me know. And until next week, I'm Karen Taradas with Social You, and I'm here to help. Thanks.